Hello, Toastmasters, and good morning, Dan. Dan, I would like to give an evaluation on your speech and give a couple aspects that I really liked about your speech and a couple things you could work on. I know that you had told me that you wanted me to watch two specific things in your speech because your goal was incorporating feedback from prior speech. And when Bruce had evaluated you, he mentioned two things: notes, not being too reliant on your notes, as well as moving around more for the audience and using your stage presence to give a more compelling speech. So one of those things you did really well at, you moved really well above the hips. And I'll get into this when I can go into things that we could work on and challenge yourself with. But I could really tell that your body was really getting into the speech and you're using your body to great effect to tell your story and accomplish your goals. I thought the story was incredibly compelling. I recall when I was, I think, a sophomore or junior in college, I took a management course, and my professor more so gave the course on leadership. That was the big lesson that he had. And one of the great stories he shared with us was the struggle between Julius Caesar and Vercingetorix. He was the Gallic leader at the time that united the Germanic tribes. And it was really awesome. We were on the edge of our seats the entire time about that great historical battle and event. I felt the same way about your speech. I loved your history that you used. I thought that was excellent, a tremendous story you told. And I know really Lisa's speech was about telling a story, and she did a great job. But I thought you also did a great job about telling a historical story, which can be even more challenging because you weren't there. You have to take information and summarize it for the audience and make it really interesting. And I thought you did an excellent job at that. And I was really thrilled with the way you told that story. And I also thought you used your notes to a great advantage. I didn't really know where your notes were in the first few minutes of the speech, and then I saw on the side, I'm like, there they are. But I noticed you would use your notes to move to, as an excuse to move, which I thought was a great idea to get yourself to use your stage presence more. And one thing was really cool too. You came up really close to the camera and went, "They killed him." I thought that was awesome. That was a great use of the camera there. Now, something you may want to work on, and it's hard to really say this is something you should work on because it's such a limitation to giving speeches online. And giving speeches online are a whole different animal. A lot of the same principles apply, but a lot of them also don't because you have so many limitations. Your setup there, I'm not really quite sure you can back up even more to really show yourself and your feet moving across the entire stage. That's a really big challenge. Um, Again, online speeches that when I'm on a Teams meeting, I'm getting a presentation from someone. I don't really care about that also. So if that's something that's important to you, the thing I could think that you could challenge yourself with is just come in person because I think that's easier to move your feet across the entire stage. I thought for what you did today, it worked fine. But the one thing I would work on is moving those feet. And in that case, you need a bigger stage. So I would just come in person to give a speech. That's what I have for you, Dan. Really great speech. I emailed this evaluation to you. If you have any questions, please let me know.